Tesla replaced my entire battery for $0. A few weeks ago, I got a very menacing light on my Tesla home screen that said, "Your battery's toast, buddy." And that was very frightening because I just bought the car 30 days prior. So 1 month into my ownership, I get a message that says, "Good luck, soldier. This thing's on its way out." Not ideal. This light on the dashboard that says BMS_A079. I thought, okay, that's cool. What is this all about? I'm new to the ownership experience. I'm not very well versed in Tesla error code. So what's really nice is it shows you on the screen exactly what the fault means. And in this case, it is the battery management system for the high voltage battery. Now, something no Tesla owner wants to see ever in their lives. I'm telling you, my heart like sunk because I'm brand new to the ownership of this car. So I'm super nervous. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I did what anybody would do and I chat GPT'd it. I was like, what does this error code mean? What do people do when they get this? How much does it cost? How does this warranty work? Because I know it's under warranty. And what are the steps to get this thing fixed? So 3 weeks ago, I was at 50-something% battery, and it told me it would charge up to 50% only, but nothing further. So I was like, okay, that's fine. It's super inconvenient, but I needed to schedule something anyway. So I messaged the Tesla service center, which is super easy to do on the app. I put in the error code, I explained what's wrong with it, and they said, great. November 25th is the first available date we can get you in. I messaged them back with a couple keywords saying, hey, this is not going to work. My car is going to turn into a brick. So I don't care if you can't work on it till then. I have to drop it off because we're gonna have to flatbed it there if not. So they replied back and they said, sure, drop it off, that works. We'll get you taken care of with a loaner. And that they did. Now, when most people think Tesla battery replacement, you're thinking $15,000 to $20,000. And that's what was going through my mind also. So I am pleased to say I was very surprised when my total bill was $0. So when I was making my request to Tesla to kind of expedite and escalate this, I had to add a little bit of spice here in my wording because essentially anything that's a safety issue, they will escalate. So I said, hey, this thing's gonna turn off. It says it's a fault somewhere in the high voltage battery. So I dropped it off that day, and here's a little bit about that experience because I was completely blown away. I drove up to the Tesla service center, parked, and they said, Kevin? I'm like, yeah. They said, cool, fill this thing out, accept the loaner agreement, and you're on your way. So I did exactly that. They gave me a dual motor Model 3 with full self-driving, which is so nice. It's the $8,000 option or the $99 a month option. They just give it to you, I guess, for the inconvenience, but I will say that was super nice. They took it and just said, yeah, track the repairs in the app. It's pretty simple. Honestly, the Tesla service center was the easiest car service or like anything that I've ever had to deal with cars. It was the easiest thing ever. And this is coming from a guy that's owned German cars, paid for repairs, just negotiating, oh, this is broken, you need to fix this. This is on its way out. They took it in. They just said, here's the progress on the repair. Come pick it up when it's done. And that is exactly what happened. I was able to track it in the app. So I saw they were diagnosing it, and then I saw the battery go down from like 20% to 9%. So I'm like, okay, they're doing something. They're at least working on it. This was maybe Tuesday. And then by Friday, I saw it was at 2%, and they actually had it charging and plugged in. So I was like, okay, is this the new battery? I'm not sure what's going on. They supercharged this thing. It took probably an hour to get to, I think they charged it to 80%. And then they called me and said, this thing's ready. You're done. Come pick it up. So I did that that Friday afternoon. So exactly 1 week from the time I got the original error message to my battery being completely replaced. It was 7 days. Insane. So I had the loaner drive me there by itself, picked up my car, drove it back home, and it was perfect. The first thing I noticed was the range, because it's a brand new battery. Essentially, it's a brand new car, right? So 80% battery on the standard range was like 211 miles, which I had never seen that high on 80%. If you guys don't know the mileage or the range in these cars, it's about 240 miles. I did 211 divided by 0.8, and it was exactly the estimated range for a brand new battery. So they literally put a brand new heart in this car, which is insane. What is a little bit scary is the only thing that separates this from being absolutely tragic is the fact that it's covered under warranty. When the battery went kaput on this thing, it was at 54, maybe 55,000 miles, which is not a lot. Fortunately, the warranty is 100,000 miles or 8 years. So I specifically wanted a 2021 just in case. Kept this car longer, but we'll see. But honestly, I am so glad it was covered under warranty. That would have been about $16,000 if it were not. So if I was at 100,008 miles, it would not have been covered. And that's just a horror story I didn't even want to dive into. I don't know. That's just, I could not imagine doing that. So I gotta say, Tesla handled everything like complete pros with this repair. So not only was it the easiest thing I've ever had to do or schedule car related, but they replaced it in a week. And the whole time I was thinking, like, if my S4 had to have a complete engine replacement, how long I would be out of a car, if insurance would cover a loaner that long, if Audi would even give me a loaner. Just crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm blown away, 100% blown away by Tesla's communication, their timeliness, and like the fact that I got a car in the meantime to drive that's even better than my own. So 10 out of 10, and I got a brand new battery, brand new car, the high voltage battery.
I kind of figured it would be helpful to show you guys the actual invoice because I like real world examples, and since this happened to me, it would be helpful to share exactly what the issue was. So they diagnosed it, and the repair notes say, the vehicle was inspected and the issue of the high voltage battery's maximum range being lower than expected was confirmed through diagnostic checks. The cause was identified as an internal weak brick short within the high voltage battery. To resolve this, the high voltage battery was replaced and inspections and discharges were performed to ensure proper functionality. The fix was validated by confirming that the battery's performance met the expected range standards. So underneath where it says parts replaced or added, it shows the high voltage battery standard range rear wheel drive. So that's the big one. That's the one that costs a lot of money. And then I wish they put the hours or like their actual time on this. They did not do that, but it just says $0 and it says in big red letters at the top, paid.
If you guys have any questions about my experience, leave them in the comment section below. Obviously with Teslas, the battery and like the replacement, it's one of the biggest things that potential buyers are concerned of. So again, I've only had this car not even 2 months now, but I've experienced what all Tesla owners kind of dread. So I have that now under my belt, and thankfully it's hopefully done with. But yeah, any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Share this with somebody who's maybe looking to buy a Tesla or has battery question issues. It's scary stuff, man. So I didn't see a lot of stuff on the internet about this particular issue, specifically the BMS or battery management system _8079, which is exactly what I had and was means for an entire high voltage battery replacement, man. But now, yeah, it's working great, working like brand new. I basically have a brand new car because the mileage and the range is 100%. So it's not even degraded at all. And I know the entire history on it because I only charge it to 80%. Leave a like for the algorithm, subscribe if you guys want to see more stuff. What an experience that was. Till the next video, ladies and gents, we'll see you.